Hey everybody, welcome to Smart Robots Review here in Cape Canaveral, Florida. Here to see the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket launch tonight. That's scheduled for 6:51 p.m. Eastern Time. Glad to have you here on the show. It's going to be so much fun. This is my first launch up close and personal. It is an important launch because the Falcon 9 rocket is going to bring the TESS planet hunting satellite into orbit to start its 2-year mission. So it's going to be excellent to see this. So here we are. Hopefully everybody can see me fine. The launch is going to occur right behind me. So I'm going to capture it also in 4K for us to enjoy for posterity later on. So we're broadcasting live, and we're also going to record it in 4K when it occurs, and I'll have that for you guys to enjoy later. So with that, I'm going to go get my first guess. You guys keep watching. Be right back. All right, so here, everybody, I have a special guest, first one tonight. So this is Greg. How do you pronounce your last name?
Greg Hale.
Greg Hale. So Greg has been here with NASA a very long time, and he's experienced many of these launches. So I wanted to give you guys an idea as to what to expect. So you guys are going to see the launch from here, but I'm going to be here, so I want to understand what we're going to see, what we're going to expect when the launch happens. So, Greg, how long have you been with NASA?
Been here about 25 years with NASA.
25 years.
Yeah.
What was your job as?
I was a quality engineer. We were the oversight for the contractor. The contractor did our work for us. We were the government. We made sure that the contractor did the work that we had requested them to do. We're the ones that signed the bottom of the paper saying, go fly. Important work, certainly. Quality control. So, how many launches do you think you've seen? Oh, in excess of about 250. 250. This is going to be my first one. I'm going crazy. All right, so 250 launches. So you obviously seen the shuttle launches. 110 of those. So, what should I expect here? Here I'm going to be watching it. People at home will be watching it. What should I be expecting? Well, first off, you're going to start seeing it look like it's smoking, which is what it is the fuel that's been loaded on board. They continue fueling it till the last moment because they want the max amount of fuel on board the craft. So you see the big white plumes coming off of it. Nothing to worry about. That is what you normally see on a craft that's being fueled and everything. Right before it gets ready, the ignition hits the engines and everything. They shut that fuel off. You don't see the plume there. So immediately you know that's a cue, your cue, that within seconds you're going to see a launch there. So then, as far away as we are now, we're about three and a half miles away, which is 3.5 miles away, which is as close as the humans are allowed, because in case something happens. Yes. So at that time, it lights. You'll see a puff, look like a puff of smoke, and actually what it is, it's the water deluge system hitting the bottom of the tower where the flame is at.
So this happens how many minutes do you think before?
This happens instantaneously.
Instantaneously.
Okay. As soon as the water starts flowing, a millisecond before the ignition, as soon as the ignition hits, then you see this plume of smoke, but it's really steam. The heat from the engines are making the steam thing, and that is for acoustics to keep from there and cooling the vehicle itself.
Interesting.
And at that time, it looks like it's coming off slowly off the pad, but it's moving a lot faster than you think because you're so far back. Well, you don't hear anything because we're 3.5 miles away. Then you start getting the sound, and it gets louder and louder. It depends on the weather. And right today, you've got the wind coming sort of towards you right now. You'll probably get a pretty good crackle out of it, and it's hard to describe. The shuttle days, it felt like somebody was punching in the chest. It was so hard. These rockets here are a little bit smaller and don't have near the power that the shuttle program had, but you'll still get that crackle, and you get goosebumps on your arms when you do see it. So it's
and I thought
you
the
never
sound
forget
of
it. The best thing you do is put your camera down. Watch the launch.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set it all and forget it. So
set it and forget it. If you want good pictures, call NASA. NASA will give you the pictures.
That's a great advice. All right. So, what about the sound? So the sound's going to come like what? A few seconds after that?
A few seconds after you see it. It'll be halfway up the tower before you start hearing a little bit of the sound down there. Like I said, it depends on the humidity, on the winds, the prevailing winds, whether you get a lot of sound from it. I live about 15 miles out the north gate, and some days I don't hear it until it's already disappeared, and it's just a small rumble. So it's being this close, you get the crackling of the engines, the sound waves hitting it there. So.
What about when the explosion happens? Are we going to see any vacuum? Is it going to suck any air that way? Are we going to feel anything? Or
no, you're too far out.
Okay.
Yeah, you're way too far out to anything. You're just going to hear the sound and see the beautiful sight, and you just see this big, beautiful plume going up, and this rocket going towards the heavens.
That'd be amazing. So. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
A pleasure, sir.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yes.
All right.
Come back anytime.
Thank you. All right. Just need to remove it here. Got it. Thanks, Greg.
All right.
All right. So that was wonderful. I couldn't have said all that myself. So let's make sure we're aimed correctly. So let's see. I got 8 people watching, 7 people watching. So here we are. All right. So the launch is going to occur. Let's see if I can point it out. Right there. So it's between the 2 buildings. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and when I capture it in 4K, you're going to see that as well later on. So after I'm done here, I'm going to head back to the hotel room. You're going to see it live, of course. I'm going to head back to the hotel room. I'm going to download the footage, and you're going to see it live in 4K. You're going to see it pre-recorded in 4K as well. So that's going to be pretty awesome. All right, I'm going to let you guys enjoy the beautiful view. I'm going to set up my camera, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk about a little bit about the rocket and the payload that it's delivering. All right. So pretty exciting. We're less than 10 minutes now. 6:51 p.m. Eastern time is when the launch is going to occur. I'm going to set up my camera, and when I get back to you, and we're going to talk about the rocket. All right, so here we are. It's amazing. It's a beautiful day here in Cape Canaveral, Florida. I am as close as you can get to the site. We're at a special place for press only. I'm here with some wonderful people that have come from around the country and around the world to see the site. There's a special NASA social group, so I've met a lot of great people here, and they're all filming. They all have the stuff going on. They're making sure their equipment is ready. They're very tense. So most of these folks have not seen a launch before. Some of them have. Some of them are alumni. So it's incredible. What's this here? Looks beautiful there. Elise says. Yes, Elise, it's beautiful. And hopefully the launch will continue. So we are at T-minus probably 7 minutes or 8 minutes. So we're really, really close. So we're going to see some activity very soon over there. All right, I'm going to check my camera. Again, I want to make sure the 4K camera is ready to capture the 4K footage for us to watch later. So right now I'm broadcasting obviously live on YouTube. I see 7 people online. Why don't you get more people online? Go out there and get your friends. Point them to Smart Robots Review and watch it with me live. It's going to be great. Let's see. Tracy. Oh my gosh. Hi, Tracy. Nice. Weather is better there than Wisconsin. That's right. In Wisconsin, well, I'm from Wisconsin, so we got our 2 to 4 inches apparently. So crazy weather. But we want this type of weather here for the launch. The last attempt on Monday was scrapped. They wanted to double check some settings, and that's a good thing. You want to make sure you protect this payload, valuable payload. So I'm going to talk to you about the payload. So this is a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. It is 158 feet tall, second and first stage, second and inner stage. It is going to carry a very special exoplanet hunting satellite. This satellite is very special. It's got 4 cameras that are going to map the entire visible sky. Actually, it's going to be accurate, 85% of the visible sky in over a 2-year mission. And that's incredible. It's going to look for exoplanets. And if you've never heard of exoplanets, basically they're planets. So far, we've mapped many stars and about 1,000 confirmed actual planets. These are exoplanets orbiting stars. There's a lot of excitement here, and it is going to. And we also mapped about another 2,000. So about 3,000 planets have been mapped so far. 2 of them are unconfirmed. So that's a very small sampling. There's a very small sampling of the number of planets that we've captured, and some of those planets could harbor life. So the payload I was talking about is called TESS, Transiting Survey Exoplanet Satellite. It's a mouthful. So this is a spaceship. It is about the size of a small fridge, or as I heard it being described, as a washing machine. It's powered by solar. It has 4 very powerful cameras, and it is going to do that amazing task of mapping the skies. It's going to go on a 2-year mission. The orbit is going to be a little different. The orbit is going to be, when it launches, okay, let's go back. So let's talk about the rocket and I'll tell you about the orbit. So this is a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. It has 3 stages, right? So it's got 2 stages plus the payload. So it's going to take off about 2 minutes into the flight. The first stage is going to disconnect. And this is how some of you may have heard and seen it. SpaceX is the very first one to be able to do this. Actually, the only one right now, the premier spaceflight. And we are at T-minus like less than 5 minutes. Very exciting. So, the rocket is very special because the first stage is going to disconnect after it propels it a certain distance, and it's going to fall back, and after about a few seconds, it's going to spin around, and it's going to engage thrusters again to head back down to Earth, and ultimately it will land a few miles away from the coast here on what SpaceX calls a drone pad, and it is going to land vertically. This is like for some of you out there, Flash Gordon type stuff. Straight rocket landing vertically, pretty incredible. So the purpose of that is to make spaceflight cheap enough, affordable enough to be able to do more, to accomplish more. So that is a great achievement of SpaceX. They're going to land that first stage and then recover it, and then they're going to evaluate it to make sure that it's safe enough to reuse up to 10 times. So pretty incredible, and that's what makes SpaceX one of the qualities that makes SpaceX so special. So here we are, T-minus 4 minutes or so. All right, so as soon as I see some activity, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to get behind the camera, and it's going to be pretty exciting. Actually, I'm going to get behind the camera right now, and I'm going to start the video because I want to make sure everything's running properly. So be right back.
We're going to do a little collaboration on YouTube a little bit later. This is Elias.
Hey, everybody.
He's got a YouTube channel called Smart Robots Review. He does a ton of robotics information. It's good stuff. You got to check it out. Smart Robots Review. He's super pumped for the launch.
Yes.
I think he's
all right. So, like I said, I've met a lot of great people here, and some other YouTubers and creators with some very interesting channels. So, which I'm going to be collaborating with at some point. So that's pretty exciting. All right. The main camera now is running, so I got it rigged with 2 cameras. I got my phone on the top, it's very sophisticated, running the live stream, which you're going to see here live, and then I have the other camera capturing it on 4K, and I have a special mic on there as well. So when I get back to the hotel room, I'm going to download it, I'm going to edit it, I'm going to make sure it's up there, and you're going to be able to see it later on as well in 4K. It's going to be pretty incredible. I'm zoomed in. I can hear somebody's broadcasting the main countdown, so that's good. All right, so here we are. We're very close. I'm just going to step back. I'm going to still talk, but I'm going to make sure that you guys can see the view without me, and I'm going to zoom in, all right?
So you just broadcasting through your phone?
Yeah.
And that will be your 4K viewing later.
That's right.
Should you be linking it up in the group?
Absolutely. You kidding? All right, so everybody, hopefully you can hear me still good. All right, let's make sure. Yeah, I'm still here. I just made sure my camera is aimed properly so we can capture that 4K. Wish I was out there with NASA's social group tonight. Enjoyed the lunch. That's right, Brian. I'm so sorry you're not here. Maybe next time. So I hear we're going to be very busy launching many rockets from this space center. We're getting there. Okay, so I'm going to step behind the camera. I'm going to let you guys enjoy it. I'm still going to tell you a couple interesting facts, but I'm going to get out of the sight. So, TESS. So I have some information here about TESS. All right, so I have a lot of videos already on Smart Robots Review about the launch and about TESS. But I'm just going to review some of the information that I have here. So we have a lot of material here provided to the press area, and I'm just going to go through it and make sure I give you some interesting information. So it says here TESS. This is the planet hunting satellite that's going to orbit the Earth. It is going to monitor the brightness of more than 200,000 stars during a 2-year mission, searching for temporary drops in brightness caused by planetary transits. Transits occur when a planet's orbit carries it directly in front of its parent star as viewed from Earth. TESS is expected to catalog more than 20,000 transiting exoplanet candidates, including a sample of about 300 Earth-sized and super-Earth planets with radii less than twice that of Earth. TESS will detect small rock and ice planets orbiting a diverse range of stellar types and covering a wide span of orbital periods, including rocky worlds, in the habitable zones of their host stars. So if you guys are familiar with the Kepler telescope, so let's see, I'm gonna see, yeah, I'm still here, I'm still talking, right? So the sun's going down a little bit, but we're about to launch. Are we late?
3 minutes.
We're late 3 minutes?
No, it'll be in 3 minutes.
Oh, okay, so yeah. So we're in 3 minutes, so the countdown is 3 minutes now, so, all right. So, I'm gonna get out the picture again. All right, so here we are. Let's talk about TESS some more. So, TESS is kind of taking over the mission for the Kepler telescope. And the Kepler telescope is another similar satellite that's been in service for many years. And it is credited for mapping about 3,000 stars, 3,000 exoplanets. So TESS is going to take over. The Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellite is going to take over for Kepler, continue the job. And from what my understanding is that TESS satellite is 500,000 times has a bigger view of the stars than Kepler does, because due to its enhanced and advanced cameras. So that's just incredible. The mission is funded every year, but it's a 2-year mission, so we're fully funded for this year at least. I see some activity there? No, not yet. We're really close though. But I'm also recording with the other camera to get the 4K footage for us to watch later. So here we go. I see some smoke. Something's going on. They're venting something. So TESS team partners include the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. This is their baby too. Kavli Institute of Astrophysics and Space Research, NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center, MIT Lincoln Laboratory, Orbital ATK, NASA's Ames Research Center, ARC, the Harvard Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics, and the Space Telescope Science Institute. Pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. So TESS has been selected by NASA to launch now, and then in 2 years they're going to launch another even more powerful telescope, the James Webb Telescope. So here we are. It's about to happen. Watch for the launch. Go Eagle for launch. The weather's still wonderful, but you get really quiet all of a sudden. Everybody's waiting for it to go. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Look at it, look at it. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that. Woo! What an incredible sight. I don't think I've ever seen anything more beautiful. also captured this in 4K, so I'm going to be uploading that as soon as I get back to the hotel. So that's beautiful. So you guys probably can't see much right now, so I'm going to return the camera right back down to the launch site. Okay, I hope everybody was as stunned as I was. There's no describing the difference between being here and obviously being on the other side. So I wish everybody was here to watch it with me. This is the 8th flight for SpaceX this year, and probably in about another minute it's going to disconnect the first stage and it's going to return back down to Earth. Pretty incredible. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching with me. Look for the channel later. I'm going to be uploading the 4K footage. You guys can watch it with that sound captured, and I'm too excited. All right, thank you everybody for watching Smart Robots Review. It's amazing here in Florida. I will see you all soon.